All right. Welcome back to Pat Bear's Garage. It is a hot one in the shop today, but I had to get over here and get started on this project. We got till October. We're going on that Route 66 cruise, not cruise, but vacation, family vacation. Over here in these two boxes, I ordered about 5 or 6 weeks ago. American Performance Products. It is a disc brake conversion for AMC Rambler Classics. Well, a lot of Ramblers through the late 50s and through the 60s converts the drum brakes over to disc. I wasn't going to do that simply because it stopped good enough, but it does have quite a bit of pedal effort. And I may or may not be trying to get a little small vintage trailer to pull behind this. You know, life drama, we got a dog and a cat. The dog goes with us everywhere, the cat goes with us everywhere. Not sure the cat's gonna want to be able to stay in the car all the time, nor the dog. And so I thought, well, if I could find a little vintage camper that, you know, around 1,000 pounds, 1,500 pounds loaded type thing. The car's, you know, 200 plus horsepower. It's got good gearing in it. I'll have to put a hitch on it. I'll probably have to film that because that'll be all done from scratch. But tonight, I think we're gonna knock off this front wheel. I might want to space out that airbag on the front also. We probably won't get to that during the brake video, but I'm gonna try to get this knocked out tonight so I can get at least this side done and get it filmed so you can see that process. Like I said, it's damn near 100 degrees in the shop. It is cloudy this evening, so it should cool off. I got a couple fans going, so if you hear some buzzing and whirling, that's what it's gonna be. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna unbox all this crap right now. It's basically disc brakes. It's you know, calipers, carbon ceramic pads, all that type of goodies. You know, pretty big honking brake caliper. So hopefully that will definitely improve the braking prowess of our Rambler. Yeah, and here it is, American Performance. I'll let you look at that. You see that right there? I did call and talk to one of the most polite, friendly customer service representatives I've ever talked to at American Performance. They're out at Cocoa, Florida. They got some odd hours, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 5:30. Got a bunch of different Rambler parts. Got a little picture instruction book here. Although it doesn't tell you how many shims to use, it just gives you 6. So I guess in 3 aside. But some of the videos on, the one video I did find online, that was a good one, it had 2 shims. But I guess you just adjust it to the caliper. And then we got, I said I wasn't gonna do this, but that's just a box of nuts, bolts, seals. This comes with this whole kit, $1,200 or something like that. Comes with rotors, brand new rotors, brand new lugs, new wheel bearings. Comes with a new spindle cap, you know, lock nut crown, cotter key. Comes with everything you need. Except the brake lines were back ordered. They're supposed to be here tomorrow, but hey, you know how to put a brake line on, you know how to put a brake line on. My deal was to get this front wheel apart on this driver's side and get it filmed, so. Excuse me, I drank a can of Monster because I was getting the afternoon sleepies. I guess that's what comes with age, but let's move you guys over here so you guys can have a better shot. Hang on. There we go. I'll get you. We'll get to where you can have a good shot of this wheel. I could have paused it, but you know what? I didn't really want to. We're going to rotate you around a little bit so you can see this wheel. Is that good enough? You want to be a little closer? You want to see how to take a wheel off. Okay, well, without further ado, let me get my gloves on, or I'll have grease and crap all over the place. My little semi-disposables. Get these in a 13 or 14 pack at Sam's. I got another pair from somewhere else, and they squeeze the crap out of my hands. These are just, I was squished big in the palm, but at least I can move my fingers. Good Lord. All right, let's pull this off. Oh yeah. Well, it's about 92 now that I got the door open. So that's not too loud. Now you can see the hodgepodge we have going on behind me. The only thing I don't know, okay, oh, well, not really sure. I'll get back under here and crank that up a little more. All right. I don't want you guys getting hit in the face by a tire, so let me crank this jack up. I got a little scissor jack under here. Basically lifting this side of the car up. You know, I'm not a professional. I don't even pretend to be. I'm thinking, hopefully there's no air in that dang bladder up there. I don't think there's any air in that bag. Okay. Let me try that. Okay. Now, is it grabbing here still? It is a little. I think it's gonna come off there. Yeah. All right, get this big old tire out of there. Oh my goodness. Whoa. All right, that needs to go out of the way. Let me turn this fan around. Sorry, you're probably not seeing it, but you can hear it. Now, here's what I currently have. Is a 1/2-inch spacer. Because if you look at this, I think I explained it in one of the other ones. I've never seen a drum that had that big of a dish going into the wheel hubs. I almost need a light there for you to see better. But let's just pull that off. That come off like way. See how easy that come off? It's full of dust. I mean, yeah. I mean, that just, it's like it's not even tight enough. When you know, I've adjusted them. I mean, there's no, I don't know. I mean, that's probably why the brakes don't like to work. It's like, you know what? I don't know, maybe I did something wrong with the, when I did the brake. But I got the, you know, self-adjusters and everything on there. I'm gonna get you guys in a little closer even. All right, you don't need to see my ugly mug. Can you see that? Well, it looks awful dark in there. Let's get a light, shall we? You guys shouldn't have to be, you shouldn't have to be squinting your eyes. Well, especially when I got a light right here. Well, you guys ever notice that every time you move something, it's caught under something else? It's just, and no matter what you do. Okay, yeah, we'll get some lights. So, how do we want this light where you can see? All right. Now you guys, you can see in there now. Of course, I can't reach anything. Let me see if I can lay this down. Yeah, see, that's going to blind you guys. I'll move you back a little. How's that? Well, I've done set my gimbal different on my camera. So it wants to kind of stay. How about if I do that? If I do that. Okay, I know, stop it. You can see this pretty good now, right? Yeah. I mean, look at that bearing. Oh, that almost looks lopsided. Well, That come off easy. What are the odds this whole process will go that easy? I'll be pretty slim. We'll pull this cotter pin out. You know, I rebuilt all this stuff. So I know all 9 of you that watch this. I think I have a whopping 9 subscribers, which thank you all. I'm just kind of doing this for the fun anyway. You know, don't gotta make money at it, and you know, maybe when I retire, that'd be kind of nice. Let's see how I can just, yeah, break that loose with my fingers. See, that shouldn't be any tighter. These people that take these wheel bearings and they crank the snot out of them, that's not how you do it. In fact, I believe Rambler recommends you torque it down to 24 foot-pounds, or maybe inch-pounds. Then you back it off, and then it's finger tight, and done. Put the cotter key, get to the nearest, back it up to the nearest after that, put the pin in it, do all that stuff. Now, this is all brand new stuff, except for the hub itself. So what I think I need to do is I'm gonna put this back, I'm gonna put this all like this. Boy, that cap about to fall off. I am going to, very simply, leave that like this. And I'm gonna put all these together. So if anybody, back to over 9 subscribers. If any of you out there need these parts, make you a heck of a deal. They're all brand new parts. Okay, of course that's not, what do we think that is? We think that is a 5/8? Is it that small? Sorry. Maybe I'll edit this part out. Just I'm hot and miserable. Come on, get out of there. Oh, come on. Really? Can't they give you a new? Well, okay. Wow. What a pain in the neck. Wow, why do these? Well, I guess when they made a 5/8 nut back 1961. Oops. Yeah. It wasn't like I was going to use that adjuster right now. Okay, well, I'll get the fasteners off this front here. So, what it is, these 4 bolts hold the steering arm the upright, and the backing plate. Is that right? 3 pieces. And this brake line, I'm thinking I want to take it loose up here. Can you see that up here? I think I want to take it loose right up here. But let me, oh, it's just over. Good old Hobo Freight silicone plugs. Ta-da! Y'all buy all this stuff like I do? I didn't used to. I'd go to the store, I had to buy 1 plug at a time. But these are full of little silicone plugs and corks and caps. So I think my plan is, put my light back a little, would be to break this brake line loose. Okay, well, that is no longer being held in there, so I would say that is, well, I don't know if it's a 5/8. think it is. Okay, 5/8. I think what I'm gonna try to do, I'll go ahead and pull this clip out. Can I just pull it out with my bare hands? Nope. Can I John Wayne it? Nope. Can I do this? Yep. I think they even give you some of those. Okay, so I'm guessing that's a 3/16. So I don't want to lose all my brake fluid. So I have this option, which I think is going to be the one I need. And so hopefully when I do this, okay. Well, because here's the way I'm looking at it. Well, maybe you need the bigger one. Lift that up. See if I can squish this up on there. Come on, get on there. I might have to go with the bigger one just with, oh nope, there it went. We got it. Look at that. There we go. It's got a little brake line rubber. No more baby brakes. There you go. Okay, so technically, is it that easy? Is it that easy? Backing plates off? Okay, I want to leave this up. I don't want to get brake fluid all over the, well, it's gonna get, I know. Let's set it on the floor where the kitty litter's at, and then we'll just let her leak. And then we'll clean it out. Okay, so then you have, so that was about the brake drum. Okay, move you in a little bit closer. So now you can see Mr. Happy here. Oh, there's the spindle. All right. Not real tough looking. And then we have, so the steering arm, okay. So, luckily I had all these apart or I would be here hammering and like I was originally. And I think we described this in the other video, but while I'm here, you look up, can you look up a little bit? There you go. You see the top hat, see up here? There you go. Okay. This has a T-trunnion. This trunnion sits on this bearing. This, when you turn the wheels, this rotates and spins here on this bearing. This is all stationary. This turns, of course. Then this trunnion down here, same thing. It has a bearing in here and T-bar bushings out this way. Technically, when this goes up and down and this angle changes from here to there, these are actually threaded. These are actually threaded. So they actually screw and unscrew ever so slightly. We do have our new shocks on here. I almost forgot about that. But we're looking at, see my airbag up here. I'm thinking, probably not in this video, but before we go on vacation, I'm thinking about adding a 1-inch spacer. So when I air it up to ride height, the bag has a little less air in it, so it makes it a little softer spring rate. Just to maybe, you know, get some of that stiffness out of the front end. So anyway, right there we've got, let's back you back up a little bit. All right, so we got the big steering arm here, comes out. You don't even have to take off the steering arm. I do believe we've got all new bolts because they're longer. So let me go grab the directions, which are over here. I got some nice looking discs for this disc brakes. I believe they're 11-inch discs, 12-inch discs, 12-inch discs. There's the spacers we need. Okay. There's instructions. Oh, there's the backing plates. Okay. Yeah, you can hear that. I just need to bring one of each, right? Yeah. We're just doing the driver's side right now. So here is the caliper bracket. That's 1/2-inch laser cut bracketry. Then you get 3 of these spacers. And we'll put the other 3 back. Okay, we're gonna probably, okay, let me get one of my spindles, rotor, bearings. Okay, here's the rotor, look at that. Pretty nice. Man, that's heavy. That's a lot of unsprung weight there. All right, well, and then we have the new spindle. So, what I was wondering was, when you compare the 2 spindles, is there any gain in? Well, as you can see, they're little. Well, of course, this is the threads. And it looks like, you know, it's a little beefier spindle. It's got bigger bearing surfaces. And then you got the spacers. So, in our directions, it says, if I look at the pictures, it's got steering arms, spacers, then spindles. Well, steering arm, that's already there. So I meant, it's got caliper brackets, spacers. So, caliper brackets. Caliper bracket goes against the steering knuckle first. Caliper always goes on front side. Caliper always on front side. Then the 2 square spacers. Okay. Install the 4 bolts. I know it says the caliper's going on the front side. Well, because when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, well, your caliper is not going to be there. Is it going to be? Well, a caliper can't fit there. Well, what's this say? Does this have a left and a right on it? That would help if they would label them. Okay, is this a square? Let me look at that. Okay, this is not a square. So it can either go on this way or it can go on this way. And I know it says that, well, that won't even fit. It has to go, this has to go to the back. Okay. So let's take these bolts out. Because I'm thinking, oh, please don't tell me I got to, oh, oops. Okay. Whoa, okay, the steering arm does come off. I stand corrected. So you've got the, I don't know, the trunnion. These are trunnions. This is the, I don't know what they actually call that part. I think when it says caliper bracket goes against the steering knuckle first, okay, then it says caliper always goes on front side. I think they mean caliper bracket goes on the front side, which I don't know how you get anywhere else. So let me go get the bolts. I have a feeling I'm going to have to, well, see, then we got some spacer. I'll take this whole box off. We got spacers. You got lube. They even give you a proportioning valve, which I already have one. An adjustable, well, actually give you adjustable Willwood. Okay, let me go dump these out on the table. I'll put them back in here so I wouldn't lose them. Okay, let me make sure I don't have bolts. Okay, yeah, they're in here. All right, here is the Ziploc with bolts. Okay, so here we go. Got a new package of bolts. And as you can tell, common sense would dictate the longer ones go in, yeah. Come on. The longer ones go in. Oh, shoot. All right. We have longer bolts, so they go in the steering. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. If I turn the steering wheel, can I get these? Yeah, I don't know if I can turn it with, don't know if I can turn it just by doing this. Okay, that'd be enough, right? Just get this bolt in. When in Rome, you know what they say. There we go, look at that. We'll bring her back to the center. All right, so that puts that there. And then, oh, dang it. Excuse me, sorry. All right, so shorter ones go on the top. Then we go about brake bracket, right? Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna need to pull these out a little bit so that might have a tendency to line up a little better. Come on. Come on. Help if I had a little tapping device. Yeah, like how about my dad's fence pliers? They've come in handy many times. Just don't want to hit that aluminum shock back there. Wow. What the heck? Okay. Okay. Well, let's just. Well, it might be that if I just squeeze that up on there, like this, maybe it'll. Maybe get these. It's that flusher, most flushest. Because it's hard to hold it all sandwiched together. Yeah. That is more gooder. You just need a little persuasion. All right. Then it shows. Shoot. Well, they could probably tell you, you know, you might want to put these on. Well, here's what I'm thinking is I need to get these on first. Wow. Oh. Well, now I'm hoping that fucking, oh, sorry. The effing spindle goes on. Yeah, don't try to hammer that on. Let's just hammer that on. You know, of course, this. Oh, will this one go back on? I'm just curious. Well, I see what it is you gotta kind of have to put it on their stage because the bottom ones really go on first. Yeah, see, they go on first. Yeah. It just maybe go, I don't know. Let me get this. I'm trying to get the, okay. Trying to get this rubber cap off of the spindle threads. Yeah. Okay, so. Well, to me, I would think that your keyway would face up. You know what I mean? But the way these are spaced, I think they ain't never gonna go in that way. So the keyway is tucked to the front. That is, yeah, those line up. If I rotate at 90 degrees, yeah, they do not line up. It's just the way it is. I mean, yeah. I don't want to hammer this too heavy, but I got a dead blow hammer somewhere. Okay, no, so we went back. I know. You're going, why don't he just put the nuts on it? I think you might be locking nuts. Wow. I hope my tires fit. Yeah, but how far? That would suck. If I get it in there and I can't get my tire back on because of the offset. That's why you do this before the night before you leave. Yeah, those are kind of like lock nuts or something. They do not like to go on there. Oh, and they're coated, but I don't see a little squish on them. Now, let's look at the little picture. It shows 2 spacers on every picture. That also shows a strut rod. Okay, now let me just look for, let me get one of them calipers. Are these calipers the same? Or is there a left and a right? It says left. This one says right. So we want the left one. Okay. Because these are going to go threaded into here. Okay, these are going to go. Jeez. If I would put that over there, that would hit the steering arm. Yeah. This has to go on the back side. Bleeder's on the top, though. Yeah. So I think we're just going to let's just run these down. You know. This part should only come back apart if I've done something wrong. Boy. Just call me Captain Obvious, huh? Well, I mean, damn it. At least it didn't fall far. The only bad thing about, which now I'm down to, yeah, as soon as I take my hands, the gloves off my hands, I'll hit some grease. So is this 5/8? Oh, well, of course not. Is it 3/4? No, why would that, is that metric? Oh, you duped. What size is that? Not 5/8. Is it 3/4? Well, it sure seems like it, doesn't it? No. We gotta check the old 11/16. Yeah. So let's just switch up the sizes. But hey, at least I know I have 11/16. 11/16 for the impact. Well, might have boogered them up a little bit getting them on there, but. So is that 11/16? So is it 5/8 on the back side? Is that one of the? It's one of those. Hey, which is fine. I can deal with that. We're just gonna run them down. Okay. Well, you know. I don't know. I mean, well, I know it's got a that one has a on top. Now my keyway's towards the front. Where's the keyway at on this? Does it show where the keyway's at? Well, if I wasn't so damn blind, I can answer that question. I don't know, but that looks like what it's supposed to be. So I think we are going to dry assemble. We're not going to put the seal in it. We're going to put the dry bearings. We're going to get one bearing each to do a trial fit. I might even go as far. Big bearing, little bearing. Okay. I might even go as far wow. I got a bearing and a race, plus there's a race in there. Okay. So, okay. So we're gonna, let me take off these gloves make my hands sweat anyway. So, sorry, I forgot I was supposed to be talking to you. You don't get too bored with me. You got their little Ziploc with all your goodies in it. But we're going to gather dry. Oh, another race. Well, I got extra races. That's kind of nice. Definitely keep those. Some of them, usually when I buy bearings anymore, it seems like they don't even get a race. They get races in them. All right, so let's put her up here and see if it. What am I hitting on? Oh, seems like I remember reading you gotta put the nuts on the back side because they hit. Yep, of course they show the car on the instructions. They show the car that has threaded holes. Okay, so let's pull that back off for now. Let's move this back over here. Let's take this. I remember the other video, the guy, I think he put this kit on. I think I remember him saying something about that. And that he actually had to grind around up here on the dam. All right, so. Okay. Don't go nowhere. Go back under here and grab that bolt. Yeah, because what I'm going to need to do is we're going to need to put these right back in right after we pull them out. And I'm thinking we need to clock them. Oh, shit. Yeah, we need to clock them where they don't hit, which may or may not make a difference. Well, at least they're going better this way, huh? All right, well, you know, they do have words on these directions. There's words there. There may or may not be words to that effect. And even by going with, okay. Okay. But here's what happens. But now if I need to put a wrench on the back side of these, But like I said, I'm not really that worried about. Of course, now they're threading all the way on there. I think that whatever coating they have on there. Well, I hope that doesn't. These aren't too long. Okay, now as long as they don't hit my damn. I got Viking double adjustable shocks on this. So there's two little knobs, but the knobs are on the other side, on the inboard side. But these bolts stick out quite a bit through there. So I think I'm gonna need to. I think I'm gonna really need to tighten them from the inside. I want to keep these clocked where they don't hit this stupid. And that's, I have a feeling, the guys were talking about it, because I can see there's a little machine area here on this axle flange. It's like maybe, I don't know. So what I need is, I've got the 5/8 so I can hold them out here. So now I need the 11/16. Well, it's like I only have so many places that they would be. One of them would be right here on the front of the lift. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. All right, so I'm gonna get with the program. We'll use a short stubby one just to get them snugged, you know. That'll be good for checking the clearances and everything on the master cylinder and all right, we'll just snug them down. I mean literally we're just gonna snug them. We're gonna snug them, then we'll come to the front, excuse me, and then we'll make sure that the angle of the heads of the bolts allow for the most clear path for the disc brake back of that hub. Well, once again, I got brand new lugs. I put all new lugs on this car. So the old spindles, the Rambler spindles, have brand new extra long because of the spacer, which I won't need that spacer now. I'm hoping, really at this point, I'm just hoping that it all fits. I mean, I'm a little concerned with this spindle looking like it sticks out past the edge of the fender. I know it doesn't, but from this angle. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. We're gonna make sure these flats are angled like that. So now, let's see. Yeah, I know there's probably a little dust on there now, but we will brake clean all this. Wow, is that it right there? Is that all the way? Wow. I don't know. Okay. Let's put this nut on here. No. Let's put that washer on first. Wow, that is so close to that. How in the hell does that? Boy, they got that close. It is so close. It's probably the boot for the tie rod end. Holy moly, is that close. Let me get a little. I don't know if this is how big this nut is. Oh, that is so close. 1 inch. It's 1 1/16. No, it's 1 1/8. That's where I think I'm topping out. Yep. Let's get our American metric wrench set. Just snugging it down. Wow. Holy moly, look at that thing go. Okay. Okay, we're good. Holy crap. Nice. Okay. You know, another thing I was concerned with. Okay. I should be able to check that. I have some hub centrics here. This is what I used to have to use, driver's front. I had to put this on this old hub to get the wheels. And guess what? But I think I made some. Where's that for the back? Okay, well that's the front hub centrics. Well, I'm here to tell you, I don't know. Okay, I've got these things here, all right? And I have these, okay, those are, okay, those bushings are supposed to stay there, right? Okay, I think it's gonna make me, look at the brake shoes. Well, the brake shoes just set in there. Are they the same? One's got a chunk out of it, of course. I think, are all four of them the same? I gotta get at least 3 of them out to make sure. No. There's 2 smaller ones, and that one there, the vibration thing come off. Okay. Well, I'm assuming that the big pad, okay, the bigger pad, I'm assuming goes, wow. So this is going to go on the outside, or the non-piston side. Okay. So where does okay. Okay, let me just do this for a second. That's going in there. Okay, those are threaded. Are they not? Okay, no, they're not threaded. Okay. So these, wow. Let's see how those pads go on there. It would be kind of nice to have instructions. I'll say, so the calipers overlap the back. Okay, so the calipers, these bolts, that of which okay. Wow. No. Okay. Okay, so that stays in that hole, like that. All right, this bolt. Okay. Wow, that's just fun. I'm gonna bleep that out again. Well, let's just put it on there with no brake shoes. Well, how are you supposed to do this? Okay. Where's my little stool? I want to brag about it. Now, I'm gonna need it tonight. So, I'm assuming that's how this works. We're going to put this on there like this. Something along these lines. Although I don't know what I'm hitting on. Oh, there we go. There, we'll do this. Hold that up for just a second, hopefully. Maybe longer. Okay. Okay. Now, while I'm thinking about it, before I put this one in the bottom, that will hold those. Let me get the socket. And then let me try to get this one, this guy, try to get this guy in there. Come on, get that in. Get in there. There we go. Okay. Well, man, it barely goes in there far enough to get a, I don't know. Why doesn't that line up? That's what I'm wondering. This one lines up, right? Yeah, I think that went in there. Didn't it? I mean, I'm thinking, okay. What I don't understand, that's not even close. There, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why that doesn't line up. I don't know. And I'm thinking, yeah, all this is floating in there. I mean, that's gonna be jingling, jangling all night. And there's no way to put that clip on there, right? I mean, I can't put that clip here. Yeah, let me get my, I'm not sure why that, am I that crooked, or I don't think I'm that crooked. I don't think we're that far. Am I up against the threads on this already? I don't know. There we go, just like that. Okay, part of the issue is that sleeve. This sleeve here that goes into it's the floater. Yeah, the floaty sleeve here. That seems to be not being what I need. It's weird. Well, because it seems like one of those packages had more of these sleeves in it. I need to check the the fittage. I need to check the fittage of the, well, I know the hub is going to be wrong again, yet once more. Before I had a Band-Aid fix for it. And then I thought I made, I guess that was for the back. Let me make sure I don't have another set here. I don't remember what all I got. I got hub centrics for everything. Okay. Well, those aren't going to work in nothing, are they? Oh, these. Well, if any of them were, it would have been this one, and this one is, you know what I'm going to have to do. Oh, here they are. I think I machined them. I think it's these. But those aren't right either. So I'm assuming, wow, what a pain in the butt. I'm going to have to do that to these front ones. Okay. Well, you know, you deal with rims that are hub-centric, and you don't have a dang centric hub. It's kind of a pain in the butt. All right, so I get this massive tire back up here. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'm telling you, that bearing, holy crap. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and run a couple lugs on this just temporarily. I need to make sure, yeah. Here's the issue now I have. I need another set of hub-centric rings before I can finish this job. But right now, we're just going to use the lugs to tighten up the, yeah, but this is just going to keep coming down. Okay. Well, we might just have to come all the way down with that other. Now, what I can do is I got to get better. Yeah, I need a bridge jack, but this is ridiculous. I'm gonna make some more noise. Let's maybe put this up a little higher again. Oh, shit. It just went up inside the body. I was afraid of that. All right. El Turdio. Good thing I had that wheel on there. I mean, it's in on the other jack, but just barely. So let's get this one in the middle here. We're gonna leave that alone. Now I can spin this so we can check. Okay. One other thing I'm gonna look at is yeah, I gotta get a centric ring because it's already wobbling. I'll probably throw that in the steering wheel. Okay. You guys want to see back here? Let me unhook you. Looks like it's pretty clear. Yeah, I don't know about the ooh, looks like everything clear back in here. You see the new shocks up in there. Disc brakes. Yeah. Not too shabby. All right, get you back in the holder here. Yeah. Well, there's a little bit of slop. I gotta figure where that slop's coming from. Well, it's not in the front suspension. That's in the steering. That's all in the steering arm. Because this wobbles back and forth like this, and the other side is doing the same exact thing. I mean, the link between them is good. I think where it is, the play's at is in the, probably that steering linkage. And it's got some weird steering on it too. Okay, well, now I need to order some centric rings tonight. More. That way I can stick them in here. I think this is 82, and I think this is 76 millimeter. I'm not sure. I did the back ones. I had to put them on my mini lathe. These are the original ones I had for this other one. I had to turn it down. I had to bevel this so it'd go over the center hub. And then this, I had to make that where that would go into this spacer. So I got that really nice fit in that spacer. But since we're not using the spacers, and these wheels literally, with all that extra thickness here, looks like it's just as far out. Let me look at the other side. Because it looks like it's either equal to or a little hair more than when I had the spacer in it. Okay, let me look over here. Yeah, holy crap. I'm saying it's gonna be closer to the rear offset, because that looks like over here you got about 2 inches. Yeah, so I come back over here. Oh yeah, this is way further out. Yeah, this is probably another 3/4. Well, let me put it this way. If I put that spacer back in there, you know, it might look cooler. But on these cars with the factory rims, this space up here was about like this. These front wheels had such a narrow track. I mean, it was bad. It was terrible looking. The back ones, I had 1 or 1.25 inch big spacers, you know, with the lugs built into them. They were expensive ones. And these offsets of these wheels did completely away with those. And when I had these on it with the stock rims, it was still in there quite a ways. Then when I put these rims on there, is like, it didn't necessarily need them, but that dish in there, these rims wouldn't go down in that dish, so I couldn't bolt them on. So I had to put this in between them to fill up the space. It didn't change this offset hardly at all. Weird. So now I have all these specialty things that I made and sweated over. But I did drive the car with all that on there. And man, that bearing is dry as a bone, but man, that rolls good. I mean, it's like, there you go, wait 20 minutes for it. There it goes, okay. All right, well, I think that's gonna be it for our brake install. Wowzer, whoa. Sorry for that short, abrupt ending. I didn't realize that the video had cut off. Well, just to sum up things, I went back and I finished up the brake lines on both sides and installed the other side, greased them up real good. So they're all ready to go. Good clearance, no problems with that. I got some hub-centric rings that I ended up having to put back on the mini lathe and get them opened up and turned down so they would fit inside the new rims and on the new hubs. Got all that done. We did find us a little U-Haul trailer. Spur of the moment, we went down to Owasso Oklahoma. We picked this little gem up. It's a 13-foot, including the tongue, so it's got a 10-foot box on it. And it's, like I said, it's a U-Haul CT13. They only made them for 84 to 85. And they rented them out. And about 92 or so, they decided they had problems with their finances, and they decided to sell them all. One of the few times that U-Haul's actually sold their trailers. Everything in it has U-Haul marked on it and not for sale. But they put the word not on a lot of it. We've got some pictures that's been running as I've been jibber-jabbering here at the end of the video. Hope you enjoy it. We're going to have a few little videos on it before our vacation in October. And I'd like to thank y'all for sticking it out and listening to me jibber-jabber. And I did try to edit this video to shorten it up, so it didn't have so many dead spaces of me looking for tools and cussing and kicking and spitting. All right, like and subscribe. Hope you all enjoyed it, and see you next time on Pat Bear's Garage.